Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Sam from the Soul of Stella, and this is the Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising reading for blessings coming your way. So this is a timeless reading, but I am recording it during the holiday season of 2022. So it is my Christmas gift to you. But let's see what is coming your way. What blessings are coming your way, Gemini? What blessings are coming towards Gemini, please, Spirit? Really clear messages. What blessings are coming to Gemini? Okay. True abundance is an inside job. True. So true. I think it's really like this time of year especially, we start to realize that. We start to get excited for the next year and we go, oh, okay. This is on me. I release my need to be perfect and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. Yeah, maybe you've had a bit of imposter syndrome. Can relate. If I have paint on my nails, I have been painting. Yeah, I feel like you're grounding yourself because it is such a busy time of year as well. But whenever you're watching this, you might really be starting to like center yourself. You might start to understand your purpose a little bit more. This might be something that is based on what is my true purpose, this blessing. When I feel blocked emotionally, distressed or overwhelmed, I turn to my breath. Yeah, there's definitely something about grounding yourself, centering yourself, coming back to like inside yourself, trusting your intuition. I am ready to receive love. You might need to do this centering because you realize that if you are calling out for love, but it's coming from like a desperate place, or it's coming from, and I don't mean to call you out, or it's coming from a place of like scattered energy, you might start to realize at this time, and this is part of the blessing, that you need to bring all the parts. I'm hearing parts integration. You might need to bring all the parts of yourself back to your core. Maybe you need to work on your core as well. And I'm talking like not just your core strength of like abs, but like your pelvic core as well, from where like your sacral chakra can create, right? Create healthily as well. You might have been actually getting blocked from your abundance. You might have been getting blocks from your abundance in ways of like almost feeling like you're in a perpetual retrograde of things going wrong. And I mean like a Mercury retrograde. Specifically, I'm thinking like technology, so Mercury retrograde, where things could like, you're coming up against brick wall, and you're realizing if I keep pushing, nothing is going to change here. But what I actually need to do is come back to myself, center myself, ground myself, take a breath. Like what I do when my computer is just having a complete wally, I just shut it down, walk away, come back the next day. I used to work in IT. That's exactly what I used to do, because it's just like, well, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. That's technology. I mean, I'm generalizing, but you get what I mean. It's you need to unplug too, is what I'm getting. You need to unplug from the chaos, and I feel like you've got a lot going on. There's something about this card that feels quite chaotic as well. Just the universe background in that is quite like, I just had to take a really big breath. Like almost like you could, if you keep going, you're going to put yourself in a black hole and not come out the other end, if you know what I mean. But let's get more information for you, because I feel like you're ready to receive the blessings. Whether that is an emotional love, like a romantic love offer, or whether it's just like, I want more love in my life in general. I want to enjoy my life. I want joy in my life, I just heard. And it might be about romanticizing your own existence as well. Let's find out. All right, blessings coming to Gemini, please. I'm going to take that one. Blessings coming to Gemini, please. Thank you. 4 of Wands. Yeah, maybe about love, but it could be, I mean, this is 11:11 energy, right? As you're walking through those archways, it's like 11:11. Something is divinely orchestrated here, and you're realizing that, like, I'm ready to be in some kind of commitment, and whether that is a commitment to self or a commitment to another, let's discover it. But yeah, I feel like you've had time to think, and you've come to this realization that I want to get out of this limbo state, because this came out first, then that, then these. All right, so in the strength position, you have the 5 of Cups. You have the strength to walk away from something that was disappointing, or something that kept spilling over, right? That energy that I was talking about before, where something just kept going wrong. And it's like, just, you're understanding now, you're finding the strength within as you come back to your breath, and you center yourself, and you meditate. Meditation is not to be like just a woohoo kind of thing, guys. Like, I really feel like it needs to be taught in schools and it needs to be part of medicine in general. And one of my favorite people to turn to when it comes to meditation is Dr. Joe Dispenza, and the way he talks about rewiring your neurochemicals to actually heal the body and heal your different states of being. And you want to alter this state, and by altering this state, look, this feels like a mourning coat, you know, like a grief outfit. This person's having like a mini funeral for the disappointments, and they're just like, I'm done with this. Like, there's a death and rebirth energy about this outfit that I've never really noticed. But when you focus on the bad, more bad is just going to keep spilling out of these cups. But actually, you've got 2 cups behind you if you just turn around. And I really do feel like this is facing in the past position, right? This is you facing in the past position. This is the city. This card is literally giving me like San Fran vibes, where the city's over here, and then you've got Sausalito over here, and it's just chill and beautiful. And I think that's the right place. I've only been to San Fran twice, but I just feel like if you keep watching all this spill, like, you're going to end up on Alcatraz. You're going to end up in like a mental prison. And if you just turn around, you need to give yourself a break. And a break might be the blessing that is coming for you, because emotionally, I feel like you're just really drained. And the waters of the bay are really quite choppy, as a lot of you know. There we go. Ding. Clarification. Take it how it resonates, but that's just what I'm getting. And I've never really noticed that kind of vibe about that card before. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're sitting pretty, I just heard. Like, you might be actually having like a glow up. You might have done some shadow work, or you might realize that you need to do some shadow work. I feel in your heart, you know this already. I feel in your heart, you're starting to wonder what you're even fighting for. Okay. And with this, you're understanding that there's more to life, and what makes you happy is not, it's almost like, focusing on this disappointment, focusing on all the things that are going wrong, and just like coming up against brick wall after brick wall. You're like, that's not me. That doesn't feel like me. Even though this is fire energy and we're talking Gemini, air energy, I just feel like this is you sitting on your throne, sitting pretty, sitting with your passions. Someone who is passionate towards others. And at the moment, you're just feeling blocked to the good. You're feeling blocked to love, right? The release and the blockages are these 2 cards, and then it's abundance and love on this side, right? So you know what you need to do. She's calm, she's content, she's her passion isn't unbridled. It's tempered, but it's like towards the right people and the right places and the right things. And so that's, she's taken her 2 cups, and she's taken her 3 cups, and this black cat is like this her spiritual dark side that she's worked on. And she's taking these 2 cups, and she's feeding the sunflowers with them. She's making things grow with those. And again, it's like the city over here, and then you've got mountains on the other side. It's like, okay, I can take a breath. You might actually be going on some kind of retreat. If anyone's in Byron Bay and they go to the farm at Byron Bay, they've got like a field of sunflowers. That just gave me, oh, and look, that gives me Byron Farm vibes as well. The 9 of Pentacles, this harvest, not sponsored. Of course. Yeah, so this is something that you've really worked hard at. This is like an independent, happy, this is you. 100, and she's looking ahead at like, well, when I've given myself a break, then things start to move again. Then things start to grow again. She's minding her own business. And I'm saying she just because of the representation on the cards, but we do energy, not sex. So, yeah, I just feel like you're tending to your own things. And through this, there is a sense of independence here where she's just like, it's just me and my bird or my hat, you know, I'm just chilling. But there's definitely a sense of like, I've worked really hard for this. And actually what I need to do to get the last little bit is actually take a break. And I think maybe you've been blocking ideas from coming in as well, not just like people coming in, not just love coming in. There's just been like, it's like a secret sauce to get these tomatoes to grow, right? But I feel like they'd be pomegranates because it's just like this creation abundance energy. So they might be pomegranates. And yeah, you needed one extra ingredient in the soil to get things moving again. Two of Swords, yeah. This might have been something you've been blinded to for a long time, and I feel like you've been on this grind for a long time. I just heard 3 years, and for a lot of people, I know that would resonate because of what the world has been through in the last 3 years. But it's time to make a decision on this. It's time to take the blindfold off. It's time to understand that if you want love, if you want abundance, if you want a commitment, there does have to be a change. And this is a mindset card too. This is Gemini energy with this. I need to balance something out. I need to find balance in my life. And balance isn't, you're saying to yourself, I hear it, Spirit. I hear it. Like balance isn't just a nice, cute word. This is a reality for me. And again, I'm really getting, some of you might live in San Fran. Sorry for the references if it doesn't resonate, but there's just like this choppier water in the background, but it also looks like she's outside of the city. So she's making this decision to step outside of the grind, step outside of the hustle for just a minute. And if you are watching this at the time that I'm posting it, being holiday season, I really hope that you're able to do that despite how busy things might seem. And that might be part of your, because these two cards are the challenge. But they're still a blessing. It's a challenge to make this decision, but you know when you do, it's actually going to be a lot more fruitful for you. Blessings coming to Gemini, please, Spirit. We get a bit more information on this scenario and other blessings coming their way, please, Spirit. Blessings coming to Gemini. Sometimes our blessings are hidden in plain sight. Kangaroo, intuition. I just heard jog on. Do you remember when people used to say that? That was courage under there, by the way. I'm just going to end there. Irritation, bracken fern, but it was upside down. Yeah, it's almost like an itch you haven't been scratching. I'm going to leave it in the reverse there. And that's part of the challenge is to actually go, give myself 2 seconds. That card flew very far away. Oh. I'm going to give myself 2 seconds. But actually, more likely, I'm going to need like 3 days. See the 3 at the top there, or 3 weeks. Clear sight, yeah. Old man weed. You're going to be old before your time if you keep trying to get these cups to sit back upright when everything is just blocked. It's like you need a real reset here. You need some clear sight. Then you need to get rid of this irritation. I'm hearing you need a salve. You need a salve. You know, something to soothe the wound. Protection, yeah, talking about salves. This is the echidna. I feel like you've been fighting, you've been battling this like process or whatever this project is, or battling like maybe if this is a love situation, perhaps you've just been hitting brick wall after brick wall after brick wall within a relationship that you're already in, or if you're online dating or something like that, and it's just like, I'm coming up against all these pricks because the echidna's got all the spines, right? Just coming up against not nice people, right? And you're like, well, I need to change something here. I need a break from this. I'm deleting this app, or I need a break from this person so that we can like reset ourselves individually and come back together. That's really healthy. this echidna can go around and be safe with all the spines attached to it. But if you're doing that as a person, you may as well have the 10 of Swords on your back, right? You may as well be carrying the biggest burden of all time, and no one's going to want to come near you. Abundance is going to stay far, far away because you're just like, you're spiky, you know? Unwelcoming. Like, you need to really reset your energy, and that's part of your blessing. It's part of your blessing because it's actually going to tap you into your intuition so that you can jog on, so that you can like move forward. It's not going to be this 10 steps back, 1 step forward. It's going to be 10 steps forward, 1 step back, you know, because that's the reality of life, where it's not always going to be smooth sailing. But I do feel like you've got so much abundance that is owed to you. Wow, get out of town. I haven't looked at the underneath cards for any other pile except yours. I don't need to find my purpose. My purpose will find me. But it was sitting like that. It was like a blockage. I don't need to find my purpose. My purpose will find me. Your purpose will find you when you reset, is what I'm really feeling. This purpose, your abundance comes from this purpose, and it might be in a relationship with someone else. It might be a commitment to a new job. It might be a commitment to your own business. It might be a commitment to a workout regime. You've had time to think about this, so you will know what this is. Something that's been irritating you, something that's needed to have the itch scratched. Gratitude right now. One more. Yeah, the time is now. There's no better time than now. And you do understand that. After some consideration, you do understand that. All right, so stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. Yeah, there may have been like this fear to stop. There might have been this fear to take this break because you're actually looking too far into the future and thinking, but I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this. And that imposter syndrome that first came up, it's like that can very much trick us into thinking that we have to do all these things, but it's usually our own the pressure that we're putting on us, or we think is on us, is put on us by ourselves. You need time for the expansiveness of the universe to catch up and your manifestations to be reset. This is why I'm thinking meditation and manifesting work. Maybe there's a ritual you need to do that's actually going to, first of all, cut some cords to some of the ish that isn't working. And then reset, okay, just meditate for the sake of meditating, for the sake of clearing my mind. I'm just going to let my mind wander and go on a nice little peaceful journey for a minute. And then I'm going to start resetting, okay, what do I want? How do I need to move forward? Do I need to make adjustments, right? If a goal isn't working out, there's adjustments that perhaps need to be made, just slight things, I'm thinking, so that you can tap into the expansiveness and this co-creation energy of the universe. You know, it might be a commitment to actually focusing on more peace. And there's this quote, I can't remember who said it, but like obviously a motivational speaker said it, that the busier I am, the more I need to meditate. Okay, so the busier they are, they're going to meditate for 20 minutes rather than 10 minutes because they need that like reset. It's like having 2 hours of sleep sometimes. It's resetting yourself so that your manifestations can meet your movements, right? I have a sticker on my website. It's called I Move With My Manifestations. You need to be in alignment. You need to be the person who gets what you're asking for, okay? And you don't get that when you're stuck in disappointment. And it might, pardon me, something's coming up. Something's coming up. I feel like it might actually make you feel a bit sick to stop. And this happens to me sometimes. If I'm really busy and then I go on a holiday, sometimes I get a little bit sick because you've stopped. And your body might really need to reset as well. We did talk about health somewhere here, and like it might be this commitment to your health. There's a transformation that needs to happen when you co-create with the universe, but you have to stop first to restart properly. There's, you know, when you turn like a router off and you have to turn it off for like 2 minutes to have it fully reset. If you turn it on too quick, it's like it's not really doing its hard reset. I don't know. That's just something that someone told me once. Gratitude. I feel like when this starts to flowing, when the money starts to come in, right? This financial independence, this financial like wish coming true with the pentacle energy. And when this passion starts to come through, this purpose alights within you, you're going to feel a lot of gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. You want to, this honey eater. And again, this echidna has the same kind of nose as the honey eater. And they're sucking up the sweetness of life. And this cup, right, is one of these cups. There's sweetness to be found. You're just not currently looking at it. And boy, when you do, the blessings are coming thick and fast. Look at this. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Stop. The exhausted ego. You have been battling the idea of stopping and breathing because your ego is telling you, no, I can perfect this. I can make this work. But actually eternity, right? Where did we see this? Eternity. The universe, in all these cards here, there's like this universal, like star-like quality in the background. And this one looks like a wave, like the barrel of a wave. Something is crashing right now. Like it's you need to get off, like you need to surf the wave or you're going to crash in the middle of it. Like surf it to the shore, have a rest, reapply your sunscreen, right? Have a drink. Okay, receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Inner guidance. Where did we see that? Absolutely. Inside job. And I think that the blessings really are, the gratitude and the receiving, the blessings are coming thick and fast after. So take that rest. It's going to be the biggest blessing that you do in a long time, I'm hearing. Biggest blessing you can give yourself. Sometimes that's it. The blessing isn't coming from someone else. It's coming from something we decide to do for ourselves. And that's beautiful. That's powerful, right? That's so powerful. That's sustainable. I'm hearing that. You need to sustain your energy source. That you need some like gasoline on that wand to keep it burning, to keep the fires burning. Blessings coming for Gemini, please. Blessings coming for Gemini. These cards are usually quite chatty, so I just get one more. There we go. Wet on the bottom of the deck. What did I say? Like you need to like re-wet your appetite, or you need to actually feed the appetite. You need to like get some moisture on those dry lips is what I heard. You've got drive, you've got bite, you've got rush, and you've got pause. I actually think it needs to go like this, right? Because you've been driving forward, and you haven't serviced your car, right? And then you've taken, maybe you've bitten off more than you can chew, and that's not an ego dig. That's not an ego dig. It just feels like sometimes we have too much of a mouthful to enjoy what's actually going on, to taste the flavors of life, is what I heard. So take the pause, and then your blessings will start to rush in. So take the pause. That is your blessing. Take the pause. Take that holiday. Take what is owed to you. Right. Final blessings and a story time for Gemini, please, Spirit. Oof. Yeah, a ladder. You're so determined. Like, bless you. You are so bloody determined to get to the top. You've really been like, this gives me like ball, and it is a ball, right? But it gives me like, you know how in basketball you dribble? I'm feeling like you've just been like dribbling and you haven't been able to take the shot, and you're dodging all the defense. because you're so hungry. You've been keeping at it and keeping at it, and you're training and training and training, and you're working and hustling because you're so hungry for the sweetness of the fruit that you know is owed to you, that you know is going to be coming out of this situation, whether it's love or work or anything else, that you know there's a sweetness. So you've been really trying to climb this ladder, playing ball. You want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. But divine timing is at play here. And I know people don't like that. There's a pause. The clock is stopped, right? At 10 o'clock or 10 past 10. 10:10. Interesting. Maybe you've been seeing 10:10 a lot. But it's time to stop the clock. It's time to stop the clock for a second because, yeah, you need to take that pause. Then the clock needs a new battery is what I'm hearing. And then I'm hearing like let loose, like all my hearties like let loose with the pirate. It feels like there's something maybe about getting on a boat as well. But I do also feel like you're going to end up a little bit scarred unless you take this time to rest with the moon energy here. And then once you're rested, there's shooting stars. There's good energy coming in. There's newness coming in. And perhaps that newness is coming in the form of messages and communication coming in like it was meant to. Coming in smoothly rather than tipping over, blockages, things not working out for you. Okay? I feel like there's an exchange of good communication that happens as a result of you taking this pause. So this is beautiful. I hope that this resonated in some way. Please let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and do go and watch your sun, moon, rising as well. I will see you in my next video. Thanks, Gemini. Bye.